What's up, guys, and welcome to another video where today, as you guys can see, we have the pony, the Mustang, on jack stands. And what we're going to be doing today is replacing our lower ball joints, our sway bar links, our outer tie rods, and our inner or outer tie rod ends that connect to the actual steering rack itself. So yeah, we're going to do that. And first things first, take off the front wheel. Alright guys, next you're going to want to take a 15mm socket, take off the caliper itself, one in the bottom and one in the top. I took off the bottom one there, as you can tell, and the top one, it's on it right now. So remove that. Alright guys, once you remove the actual caliper, put it off to the side, put something so it can support it, so you don't put stress on no brake cable and possibly nick that and have caused a leak. So now we remove our little tie rod extension right here. So this is a 17. It's a little tiny bit loose, so it might not be an exact 17, probably 5/8 or 5/16. Let's try a wrench actually. See if it's that. 5/8 right here. No, it's a little bigger than 5/8. So yeah, 17 seems to be like the one for it. Yeah, that was actually quite easy. This should have a cotter pin, but this side was missing it for some reason, so it's fine. There goes that. And now to take this off, we're actually gonna need a hammer. And in my case, I don't really think I have a hammer, so we're gonna use this wrench. Smack it just right here until I might need a hammer. I had to get a hammer to smack it. Try to get a hammer without the waffle head, because as you can tell, you will leave a little bit of damage on the knuckle. But it should be fine and pop right up after like 2-3 smacks. And then after that, we're gonna take off this nut right here, which holds the ABS bracket. And then behind there, that was a 24mm. Behind there, I believe this also 24mm. So remove these nuts. That one got loosened up. You need to put a wrench on the other side for it to actually come out. That one did come out, so put a wrench. That's a 24mm on the big side. The little side, I believe, is a 21. Oh, a 21mm. Yep. So 21 on that side, 24 on the bigger side. Remove that and don't take off your bolts quite yet, because we're gonna have to support the control arm for the spring to not actually just shoot out and possibly break our hands or face or something. So yeah, just remove this nut, and then yeah, once you support the control arm, you guys can see with the actual jack stand or something, you're able to take off the 2 bolts. When you take off the 2 bolts, just slide out. Now we have access to our actual ball joint, which is down here. That seems like a 24mm. So let's remove that. Let's put that in our impact. So I got the 24 with a little extension to get over the knuckle. Take that nut right out. Now we need to remove our actual ABS sensor so we can remove our whole knuckle and not have this tangled up on the way right there. So let's take off our little ABS sensor, which that's going to require one of these little notes. It's like a Torx bit, but it's backwards. It has the actual, you know, I believe this is a E8. Yep, there's an E8. So let's remove that, take off the ABS sensor, and then remove the actual knuckle. So I got the ABS sensor out the way. I had to put a little bit of WD-40, it was pretty hard. And then smack the knuckle where the actual lower ball joint goes a couple of times. Pop that right out. That's that. And there is our ball joint. Oh, it doesn't seem, I mean, I've seen better, but it's not that bad. Yeah, this side of the suspension is not too bad. It's like the other side was pretty much the bad one. So now guys, you guys actually have to get yourself a little ball joint press set or rent it out at AutoZone like I did. And you're gonna put the little pressure plate that has it's like a little pyramid. I'll show you guys when I actually take this off and show you guys the actual thing. But there's a little flat part of the, well, I'll show you guys, but it's pretty much set. There it goes. And as I was talking about, there's two of these. You guys could tell one side is like a little pyramid and one side is not. So use the correct size tunnel little thingy to go over your actual ball joint. And then as you guys can see, it seats right on it, and then this part clicks on the bottom. And then just put the top of the actual tool into your tie rod bolt, and then just squeeze it and it pops it right out. So now that we have our ball joint out, we're gonna actually remove our tie rod and our tie rod end link, as well as our sway bar connecting link, because as you guys could tell, it's broken off. And yeah, I didn't even realize it wasn't there until I was like, where's it at? It's not even there. So yeah, to remove the actual tie rod and tie rod end link, you have to go down here, remove the little boot. You can tell on the other side I already did it, but remove the little boot, and behind the boot you got this little silver gray thingy which has little like parts, little side thingies. You're gonna want to get yourself a big open wrench. So this is a pretty big size, and then figure out how big you need it. Alright, no tighter than that. Alright. And it's pretty much like a screw, guys. So put it in there and then unscrew it, and then the whole thing should come out, the whole tie rod end link and the tie rod. So let's go ahead and do that, and then the boot will also be able to come out. We're gonna inspect that. I might have to go replace that because I could feel a little tear down here, and on the other side the other one was pretty messed up too, so probably have to replace those. But yeah, just pretty much unscrew this. You can also take off these little C-clips. If you remove these, you'll get a little bit more angle, but unless you have spacers, I won't recommend to do that because you might get a little bit of rubbing. So yeah, let's remove that, and then we'll remove the sway bar link, and then I'll show you guys how to install everything. And it's pretty much identical on the other side. So yeah, you guys can see I removed the old boot off the old tie rod end link. I installed it on this one, and all you have to do is pretty much squeeze, put this back into the little threads, as you guys can see on this side, and then squeeze as tight as you can, pretty much. Maybe jump on it a little bit with your feet. Put this back on, and this little nipple includes, it's where this connects to both sides, both little boots. So just leave that into the end. Let's connect our tie rod. I don't think I'm gonna change the sway bar link, so I'm gonna save that for another episode when I get a sway bar or something, so I actually just do it all in one. So I'm gonna leave that, and then just install the other ball joint and the tie rod, and then put everything back together, and we should be good on this side. Then to repeat the same thing on the other side.